Dragon Ball, horror, kaiju, and more. Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hey there collectors, it's Steven here, and I am very much so pleased to introduce a new video series where we're going to be covering some new releases, soon to be released figures, and previously released figures that you may be interested in. I pretty much would cover here on the channel, and it's called the Kaiju Roundup. Yeah, pretty fun here. We have Bagasaurus in a new nice cowboy design, and I think it's pretty fun. I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks to the graphic designer Yosemite Samantha. You can check her out on Twitch, link in the description, for making this rather quick, I might say as well. So with the Kaiju Roundup, again, the whole point of it is we're going to be talking about releases that are currently on the slate to be released, like Soul of Chogokin Kiryu and Movie Monster Series Fire Rodan. Stuff that's going to be coming out soon, like the Monster Arts Gigan and Movie Monster Series Monster X, and stuff that just recently came out, like the Monster Arts Shin Godzilla Night Combat. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first topic for this video. Alright, so first and foremost, we do have to talk about Hiya Toys here. And Hiya just recently announced that they have secured distribution rights for their Monsterverse figures across the international globe. That's right, so now more than just mainland China can purchase their Monsterverse figures. So they are going to be doing reissues of Rodan, Mothra, and Kong. And now for distribution, they are going to do King Ghidorah, as well as the rest of their figures. And they also announced they are going to be doing Skullcrawler. Everything is currently up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. Links are going to be there on the screen for you for where you can make your purchases at. So that is very exciting for Hiya Toys. Everything's $50 except for King Ghidorah. That's going to be north of $100. And then also, sort of in the same vein, we're going to have popping up here in just a second, we do have the Diamond Select Toys Gypsy Danger, which is hitting retail now for about $40. So if you're a fan of the recent North America Kaiju resurgence, then congratulations, we have plenty of new product that is going to be hitting the market or reissued product. So this way you will have plenty to wet your whistle. And as well, they are going to be redoing the Godzilla vs. Kong Godzilla, the Hiya Toys, so this way it has an improved neck system. Thumbs up there. I know folks did not like the original. Next up on our list, we have the SH Monster Arts line, and at the time of recording this, we have a lot of releases that have previously come out, and folks happen to already have the chance to have them. So we're going to be retreading some ground, but I do think that it is worth noting because a lot of releases are coming out real quick and off to the races, and others some folks are saving up money for. They don't want to miss out, and they also need to be reminded of not only what's coming up this summer, but what is also releasing in the fall. So earlier this year, we had a double release in the month of February. These are going to be Japan release months. We do have the SH Monster Arts Mizutsune and Mecha King Ghidorah Shinjuku Decisive Battle Special Set. Mizutsune was 14,850 yen. King Ghidorah was 29,700 yen. In USD, Mizutsune was about 150 and Mecha King Ghidorah was about $300. Shortly thereafter, we do have the release of Shin Godzilla, Godzilla 2016 Fourth Form Night Combat. He was 16,500 Japanese yen, though US retail is going to be about $150. We do have another chance at the SH Monster Arts Gamera 3 from Revenge of Iris, where he's going to have a brand new head sculpt and a stump for a right arm. He is going to be 13,200 yen, or about $135 or so at US MSRP. We do have the SH Monster Arts Gigan getting released. He is going to be, as well as Gamera 3 there, premium Bandai release, so the folks at Bandai Collect are going to be bringing them both over to the US, and Gigan is going to be 12,100 yen, US is going to be about $125. In August, we are going to have Gamera 2023 from the Rebirth anime, 13,750 yen, about $130 or so in the US. And then in September, we have Godzilla 1991, the Shinjuku suit version, 9,900 yen, or about $100 in the US. And then to round off the year so far, we do have a release of August for Japan as a premium Bandai release. And the reason why I make mention of that rounding out, we have Iris proper at 29,700 yen. Do keep in mind, folks, something very, very important is that all of these dates are effectively for the Japanese market. That is when they will be released, and that is when you will see reviews and in-hand pictures start to pop up. You will have some US retailers that will be up on the screen so far, and we'll quickly switch over here for some import retailers because that's going to be relevant to the next section where we cover some movie monster series releases. I know I kind of went through everything there, but we're going to let the rest of these pictures play out. When you do order from a US retailer, do keep in mind that they are going to be a little bit behind because they have to wait until everything for the month for Tamashii Nations gets released, and then it is shipped to the US. So this way Bandai Collect and all of their warehouse partners go ahead and send it off to the retailers like BBTS, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, and so forth. So a little bit of patience, you get to order your stuff from US retailers, and you pay pretty much the same price as you would if you were to pay for an affordable shipping method out of Japan and you were to wait for it to come in. So that is what to keep in mind there. Now let's go ahead and talk about the movie monster series. All right, movie monster series MMS time. Very, very neat stuff going on here because we have a lot to cover for all of this year, and we got some stuff that is pretty much coming out right now. So in February, we had the Mechagodzilla 2, 1993, that was released, 2,750 yen. We did have the Final Wars version of Hedorah, Godzilla, and Manda. Each one of those, 2,750 yen. Very neat. We like to see those because Manda, first time we actually had a figure of the Final Wars version of Manda. Now, what happened in March? Well, we had some cool stuff in March because we had, in the realm of Godzilla and Gamera, King Ghidorah 1991. He was 4950 yen. Ibera, 3850 yen. Legion Soldier, 3080 yen. In April, we had Gamera 2023 for 3300 yen and Baragon for 3300 yen. Then when it comes to this month, May, rather light. We actually just the other day had Fire Rodan released for 2750 yen. And then in June, just a couple days from now, we will have movie monster series Monster X released for 3520 yen. And then we're bouncing back over to Gamera with Jiger and Gyaos to be released for 3080 yen a piece. Hopping on over to the Godzilla store releases, we do have a reissue of the Godzilla The Ride Godzilla for 4180, and then we have limited edition versions of Megalon and Jet Jaguar for 2750 yen each. Now, something to keep in mind when it comes to Godzilla store releases, those need a middleman service, and I do use ZenMarket for me. You may have other preferences. That's just what I use. I'm actually waiting on a box from ZenMarket right now. Rather simple to use. Again, retailers are on the screen there, but what I do think is rather interesting for it's the last thing we're going to be covering here today. It's going to be 23,100 yen. I think everybody knows what this one's going to be since we're talking about recent kaiju figures. It is the Shin. What is this? The Shin Japan Hero Universe Project Robo. The Megazord for Anno and his doings in Japan right now. So, this one has had a little bit of controversy because there was an American retailer that put it up for about $350, and that's what folks thought the price of this would be. It actually has a very, very limited order opportunity through the Premium Bandai site, the Godzilla store, the Toei store, and the Evangelion store for that price. It just recently also went up on AmiAmi that we didn't really know about. It just kind of snuck up on there. So if you do want to get it, I believe it's actually coming out later on AmiAmi, but if you want to get it sooner, you can order it from one of the 4 aforementioned retailers through ZenMarket. You can just get the URL, make an account, drop it in, and you're good to go. This is absolutely goofy. By current standards, I think it comes out to be roughly $180. So yeah, it's a lot of money, but it's pretty interesting project here. And that's about going to wrap it up for this first edition of Kaiju Roundup. Again, this is just meant to sort of be a refresher of everything that's coming out in the market in some areas. Obviously, we can't cover everything. I'm not going to dive into X Plus, Spiral Studio, everything coming out. I can only cover a few areas, and I just wanted to make this be sort of the testing of the waters, if you will. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I am looking for ways to improve this, and I already have a few ideas. I'm trying to see if a face cam can work with this. Not quite sure, but I think that this would be fun either way. So with that being said, I do have another one planned. We're going to be doing some Ikimono Encyclopedia, Diversity of Life on Earth stuff, and we'll be doing a check-in once we have San Diego Comic-Con as well, because I'm sure there will be some new stuff, probably from Super 7, as well as from Mezco, and we'll have some fun there. All right, so that is going to wrap up the video here. I do want to thank the patrons who do support every month. They actually got to see this one early, so they got to get a recap of what's coming out first. So there you go. Thank you so much. And the end card now, so this way you can check out some other videos. Maybe you want to check out a recent review, you want to check out the socials, so on and so forth. YouTube algorithm picks out pretty much all of that for you. All right, thanks again, folks, and I will catch ya in the next video or on the next Kaiju Roundup.